EA Sports. It's in the game.
Good evening, everybody. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and welcome to Boardwalk Hall and the famed Atlantic City Boardwalk in southern New Jersey. Our main event should be a good one tonight. Scheduled for 12 rounds of lightweight action between these two great warriors. He's making that final walk that separates man and warrior, soon to be in battle there in the ring. Campbell's coming down to the ring, and you can tell with that zip in his step that he plans on this one being a spectacular evening for him.
Fighting out of the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Ghost Guerrero. His opponents in the blue corner, please welcome the Galaxy Warrior, Campbell.
All right, guys, remember this. Obey my commands at all times. Now let's have a good, clean fight.
Well, they've been waiting for this moment, and now they get it. Round one underway. Well, Teddy, here in this matchup, two guys who tend to go the distance. What do we look for early?
You know, I'm looking to see who can be more consistent in just one area. Who uses their jab a little bit steadier.
Good looking counter punch. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. In and out, in and out. Block punch by Nate. He scored well after being hit himself. Blocks the headshot.
Keep that head moving.
Halfway through this round. Protecting his head well with his guard. Campbell counters back. No feeling out round here at all. These two are slugging it in round number one.
Reminds me of the fireworks display on the 4th of July, and the rockets just keep coming.
We got a fight here between these two where there is an expectation that it will not be an early evening, that this is going the full route.
Yeah, well, these guys are not really risk takers. You know, they don't go out there and gamble a lot. They play it pretty safe, and you can say it's going to be pretty safe that we're going to get rounds.
Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Good return fire that time. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. And there's those fundamentals of Nate Campbell blocking that punch.
Lead him to the punch.
Blocks that belt line well. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Nate Campbell. Round comes to an end. And that's one of those rounds, Teddy, that just takes on a certain style, a certain characteristic. And that was a busy one.
Yeah, it was a busy one. Look, Joe, you don't have to look for these guys. They're right there in front of you.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think sometimes you just get those rounds where it all happens?
Because of styles. You know, styles make fights. In this case, you're seeing proof of that right there. Both guys that are aggressive, both guys that are very confident.
Much better. It was good. Don't worry about it. The swelling is nothing. Just focus on the fight.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. He got hit, but he sends it right back. Nate blocks it. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Nate Campbell. And there's those fundamentals of Nate Campbell blocking that punch. Throws a counter punch there. Able to counter that attack. Teddy, what do you think is the most misunderstood about the lower weight? He goes down! He goes down! It was the uppercut that put him there! So he goes down, but able to get up to his feet. Teddy, what should he be thinking about now?
Well, right now, just surviving, but if he survives, then he better figure out why he was put on the floor.
Nice block. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Nate Campbell. He just missed that shot up top. Blocks it. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Nate Campbell. Campbell counters back. Round comes to an end. Knockdown was scored in that round. So, Teddy, you're working the corner of the guy who was just on the floor. What are you telling him?
You're telling him that if he's been down before, you want to actually use that for a positive. I know that sounds crazy, but you say, hey, you've been here before. You've overcome it. You want to remind him that he can get back. And then the most important thing, Joe, is you tell him why he got dropped. So when he goes out there He's not just scared going into a dark place saying, gee, it's going to happen again. He knows he has control.
Get on that. Get on that.
So here we are, all wondering, can he survive the start of this round after the way we saw him go down in that last round?
Well, it's up to his opponent. Now, his opponent gets a little careless and he rushes in a little bit too close. He can get a chance to grab those hands and tie him up. And then he can kill a little of the clock, survive.
Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Wow, is he defensively sound.
Lead him to the punch.
Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot.
In and out, in and out, in and out. Let's move.
And there's those fundamentals of Nate Campbell blocking that punch. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. You can see there's blood on his cheek. Frustrating his opponent with great defense. Nate Campbell's making for a tough target there. He gets away from that punch. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. They trade shots. He comes back with a right hand. Nate blocks it. He takes a shot and then commits to giving one right back. Able to dismiss that body shot. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. End of the round is upon us. And if the next round holds up like that, we're going to be in for a real treat.
No, we will be, because both these guys have the philosophy that their best defense is their offense.
You're doing good. Very good. Let's get on that swelling. Get on the swelling.
Here we go with the fourth round. Way to block there. Wow, is he defensively sound.
Don't stay in one spot. Circle. Keep moving, baby. Come on.
A little something for his opponent after getting tagged. Campbell counters back. Locks it away. hitting his mark there going upstairs. Nate Campbell's not showing us that he understands just how effective he can be if he went downstairs against his opponent.
Yeah, well, you know what you're saying, Joe? You're taking a peek and you're taking a swipe without meaning at his trainers. Because what he's telling you is he hasn't been taught some of the rudiments of boxing. That when you hurt a guy, you should go downstairs to finish him.
Keep working the body.
A little give and take, and here comes the left hand.
Keep working the jab.
Able to dismiss that body shot. Comes right back with a shot of his own.
Side to side.
Block punch by Nate. Campbell counters back. Well, maybe one of the most impressive characteristics and traits in all of boxing. We're seeing it on display here. He has an iron chin. We come to the end of the round. A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that and say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down blue and red corner what he did early. Because sometimes a judge has a tendency to forget what was done early and only go with what went late.
Getting finished to the body. We'll take care of the swelling. Just focus on the fight and we'll take care of the swelling.
They are back to action here, but that action has only favored one man. Completely one-sided. Hard to see the scorecards coming into play here with how dominating he's been. Blocks it away. Good-looking counterpunch. What guts it takes, what commitment it takes to keep up with this kind of a pace. The action's been nonstop.
Now, the one thing I can tell you is this is where you don't worry about pace. You don't think about pace. Otherwise, you could not be doing what these guys are doing. They're just going round to round.
Nate Campbell's learning a lesson here that you don't want to learn, and that is no head movement means you're going to take shots to the head.
Well, Customato used to tell me, if you don't move your head, guess what? The other guy will move it for you. Right now, the other guy is moving his head for him.
Painfully so. And there he counters back against his opponent. Well, I don't know if he's hip to the idea of becoming a counterpuncher, but I get the sense you'd agree with it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's got the perfect platform, the perfect form for it. The guy's walking in right now, not moving his head much. He can time him, he can counter him.
Good-looking counterpunch. That's straight right, unable to connect. Showing you some defense there with the block. Nate Campbell's reaching the point where if things don't change soon, there's no way he could possibly win this fight. Clearly trailing every which way on the scorecards.
He's going to have to land a big punch, and you know, you start to get into those desperate waters. The more you look for a big punch, the more it's not there, and more importantly, the more you leave yourself wide open.
Keep working the body.
defend and then go on the offensive. This is just perfect. I mean, just what I want to see when I come to the fights. Sign me up for this kind of a brawl any day of the week.
You know, it's unbelievable. You feel like you've already witnessed an entire war, but you're reminded it's only one of the battles. We still have many more to go.
Final 10 seconds. Coming to the end of this round. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, a round like that where it's a lot of busy activity and both guys being busy. When you were a trainer, are those the kind of rounds that you prefer, or do you like the pace to be a little slower? It does depend on each guy.
No, if I have a fight, I'd rather have a guy fighting a guy that you never see him. Leave me the heck alone. And where I'm in control all the time. But the fans love to see a fight like that.
Don't fight his fight. Jab and move. Jab and move. Good. Nice work. Listen, I want you to go downstairs, then upstairs, okay? Body, then head.
They start up again. Back to action here with another round. But who knows how much longer it'll last. This has been a completely one-sided fight. Parries that punch away.
Side, side.
And there he counters back against his opponent. And just as we anticipated, toe-to-toe right from the start.
No introductions necessary.
Good job staying away from the danger there. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Nate blocks it.
Cover up. Beat him to the punch.
Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Reaching the halfway point of round number 6. This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, with special events have happened in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's effort.
Move your feet.
Nate Campbell with a block punch. And as this round comes to an end, Teddy, you just get the sense that at any point this fight could come to an end because it is being fought with bad intentions.
Yes, these guys are not behaving like guys that are coming here thinking about going to the scorecards. They're letting everything go in every punch.
Nice. Keep it up. You guys never come see me like this. Keep the pressure up. Get on that. Get on that.
Well, the ability to adapt, so important. Who can make the changes now as we're halfway through this scheduled 12-rounder? Block punch by Nate.
Use your feet.
He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Parries that punch away. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Able to dismiss that body shot. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. At the halfway point of round 7. Good block.
Keep working the body.
Nate blocks it. See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Ten seconds remaining in this round. And this round comes to an end. It is a round that was highly entertaining. These guys really put forth quite an effort.
Well, they both have high engines. They have motors that never stop going.
This is it. You heard it. Keep on it. You won that round, all right?
As another round gets underway, it gets us thinking, how much more of this will we see? Hard to envision this fight going the distance with how lopsided it's been. Block punch by Nate. Parries that punch intended for the head. Able to cover up that gut. Nice block. Good return fire that time.
Check this out. Time.
Comes right back at him with a left hand. Able to get away from that headshot with the block.
Let's just go ahead and get out of the way.
Wow, just sit back and enjoy this one. You can tell both guys are so determined to give everything they have here tonight.
So it's like the first time you heard Ray Charles sing God Bless America. You knew it was special. You knew you hadn't heard it before. I haven't seen anything like this before.
To go in this round. Neither man has decided to slow down at all. Oh boy, what a round. Keep moving. Keep moving around the ring. A headshot blocked. Good counter punch by Nate Campbell. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Nate Campbell. Teddy, making predictions in boxing is often a dangerous task, but I'll make one right here that seems pretty obvious to me as we come to the end of that round here. This fight is going to be a brutal display as long as it lasts.
It's kind of like going and watching that home run contest. Nobody's trying to hit singles or doubles. You know they're all going for the fences.
Don't worry about it. We'll take care of the cut. It's nothing. A small cut, nothing to worry about. Go! Time! He's got nothing left, okay? Just go for the head. Knock him out.
Another round underway, but how many more will we see? You get the sense this fight could be heading towards a stoppage. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head.
Don't stand like a spot.
Able to counter that attack. Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. Off the mark there. Nate Campbell's throwing wide punches. If I'm standing opposite of that, I jump on it.
Yeah, well, if you're the fighter, that's where you have to be kind of like into a Kodak moment, where you take a picture and you say, okay, remember that, and the next time, bang, I'm going to take advantage.
With a left hand. He's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. What a great round. 2 minutes in, 60 seconds to go. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. This is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
So you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
showing you some defense there with the block.
You need to create more counters, okay? Slip his punch, then you roll it straight right down the middle. You gotta give me double jabs. You're not giving me the double jabs. All right. Let's work on that cut. Nice one. That was good. You have this one.
The action starts up again, but it's only favored one man. Hard to see this fight going the distance based on what we've witnessed so far. Way to block there. Good exchange. He fires back. Gets rid of that effort. Nice block. Punch by Nate Campbell. Listen, he's still being highly competitive, even though you would have to think, if you're judging this fight at all, that he's way behind. Does that give him hope that still there's a chance that he could score the knockout and get this win?
Yeah, because his attitude is still there. He hasn't given up on himself. And as long as you haven't given up on yourself, you always have a chance where one punch can separate that guy from his consciousness.
Missed that uppercut. Took a shot, now he gives a left. They both decide to bring it. He just gave his opponent a really good taste of how fast his hand speed is.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times we talk about power, and we see that power, you know, can damage a guy right away, obviously, and it can intimidate an opponent. But hand speed can do the same thing, and I think it's intimidating right now to his opponent. He's afraid to let that jab go because he might get counted with one of those lightning right hands.
Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Halfway through what is one of the best rounds you'll ever see. Just great action.
No, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you love roller coasters, you go to an amusement park. If you want to see left hooks, right hands, every direction, great shins, great endurance, great heart, you come to this fight. You stay right here.
Both men trading hooks. What a good war this has been. What a good, solid fight it's been. The kind of fight that tells me somebody wants to get rid of the other guy.
It almost looks like they made a deal where neither one could win by decision, where if they didn't win by knockout, it doesn't count.
You standing straight up. Move that body. You need to move that body more. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of the cut. We'll take care of the cut. It's nothing. It's small.
They are back to action here, but that action has only favored one man. Completely one-sided. Hard to see the scorecards coming into play here with how dominating he's been. And there's those fundamentals of Nate Campbell blocking that punch. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head.
Keep working the body.
Good job protecting himself. Parries that punch intended for the head. Good counter punch by Nate Campbell. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Able to dismiss it. It's been 2 minutes of non-stop action. Now the final minute has arrived. A headshot blocked. Blocks that punch. And that's what fighters do. Pulls the trigger right away after taking one. Targeting the hooks on each man. Gets rid of that effort. This round comes to an end here. Joe Tessitore sitting ringside as always with Teddy Atlas. Love coming to this fight venue. We always have a great time when we come to town, with the exception of having to pay the bill for our entire crew on the night before when they take us out to a steak dinner.
Yeah, you know, they remind me of fighters a little bit. You know, the fighters that we see that have very, every once in a while, very short arms. You know, these guys.
They don't have the reach.
No,
they can't reach for the wallet.
No, they don't. And I tell you, they would be great on the inside. Really great. I wish I could put them on the inside in the kitchen where I didn't have to take care of them at the table. But great guys.
They meet up for the 12th and final time. The last round has arrived. Both men digging in with uppercuts. Good defensive skill. Great movement to get away from those punches. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. He's showing very good footwork. He's showing fine defensive movement here. But as for the opponent, how do you solve that?
Well, you got to make believe you're a football player. You got to make believe you're a linebacker in football. You go down the line with that running back. You don't go following around the place. You make sure you move laterally. That's exactly what he's got to do. He's got to cut that ring down, take space away.
Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Coming down to the final moments of this fight that has the look of a fight that's about to go the distance. It seems like we're destined for that, Teddy. You said that very early on it would be that kind of a night.
Well, I had a feeling it looked that way. I mean, you got two guys that are kind of like chess players, you know, and it takes a while to get to the point where you can say, hey, checkmate.
Blocks that punch. Takes one, but gives one. Good work by Nate Campbell. Nate Campbell with a block punch. And we send it up to the ring at the end of this fight to hear what the judges had to say.
The judges have reached a unanimous decision. Your winner, Guerrero.
He's your winner by unanimous decision tonight.
I'm not so sure it was unanimous. I had it a little bit close. I had a split decision, but had the same man winning.
All three judges in agreement here ringside. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good evening, everybody. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and welcome to a sold-out Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Our main event should be a good one tonight. Scheduled for 12 rounds in the welterweight division between these two great warriors. He's coming down to the ring right now, and he does so with a certain gamesmanship, putting forth that attitude to his opponent, telling him, I'm the man, and I know it. Paulie Malignaggi's making his way to the ring right now. Boy, and he's not bashful at all, is he? Look at him, confidently making his way down for this contest.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, and his opponents, fighting out of the blue corner, Paulie the Magic Malignaggi.
Okay, guys, we went over the rules in the dressing room. It's touch gloves, come out fighting.
They're scheduled for 12. Here's round number 1. How do you define consistency when you describe the fact that among this matchup you're looking for guys to be more consistent? Which guy's going to be more consistent? How do you define that?
Just in one area. When they get inside, for example, Joe, every once in a while somebody takes a little bit of a break. Yeah, there's working, but all of a sudden one guy's arm goes behind the other guy. I'm looking to see who keeps both hands free.
Blocks it away. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Gets rid of that effort.
Keep moving.
Frustrating his opponent with great defense. He scored well after being hit himself. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Malignaggi with a counter punch. It's as if they couldn't wait for the opening bell. Going at it right from the start, and we're still in the first round. Good stuff.
So it's like watching the Pirates of the Caribbean, and the Pacific, and the Atlantic, and the Indian Ocean. Everything.
Paulie Malignaggi's coming up with the answers, avoiding that punch. Good defensive skill. Blocks the headshot. Able to dismiss it.
Let's see some more head movement. Let's see some more head movement. Get out of the way. Keep the head moving.
Good job protecting himself. Ten seconds remaining in this round. And this round comes to an end. It is a round that was highly entertaining. These guys really put forth quite an effort.
Well, they both have high engines. They have motors that never stop going.
Don't fight his fight. Jab and move. Where's your body work? Hit the body.
Here we go. Round two is underway. Good block. Good defense, just covering up down low. Blocks it away. Oh, and they decide to trade there. Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's effort.
Hands up, keep your hands up, keep your hands up.
Good return fire that time. Halfway through round number two. We always see great athletes week in and week out, but Teddy, what sport do you think can produce the best boxers?
Well, believe it or not, basketball. Everybody would say football. We saw Too Cold Jones. He got demolished by little guys. We saw Gastineau. He got demolished. We saw Highsmith. He got demolished. A lot of football players haven't done well, but basketball players, they have the physical skill sets where they can make a pretty good fighter. Of course, you have to get a guy that mentally is adjusted.
Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him.
Come on, side to side.
Takes one to give one. He comes back with a right hand.
In and out, in and out, in and out. Let's move.
Final 10 seconds. Pulls the trigger fast.
Keep working the jab.
Oh, Paulie Malignaggi stunned, and he is hurt. And there's the bell. He is saved by the bell. Oh, boy, Teddy, he's in a world of hurt now. Only 60 seconds in front of him.
And you know what? Less than 60 seconds. It took him 5 seconds to get him on that stool. So right now, they can't concentrate just on telling him things, and he needs to be told why he got hit. But they got to get ice on him, and they got to, right now, they have to revive him.
Make him pay for his mistakes. I need to box. Wait for him to boom.
Back to fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last round, it was fairly one-sided. He was hit pretty hard, and now he has to overcome that here.
Yeah, you don't have to be Nostradamus to know that. I mean, everybody saw, you know, he got staggered, his knees buckled, did a little dance there. But what you have to really know now is know why you got hit and correct that immediately.
The tactical game paying off. You can see the counter punch.
Yeah, you see the counter punch, but you know what I see? I see a little tentativeness now in him because he's afraid to let anything go, because when he misses, bang, it gets caught.
Blocks the headshot. Good-looking counter punch. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot, and then comes back with an uppercut. Protecting his head well with his guard. Showing you some defense there with the block. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Nice strike after catching one by Paulie Malignaggi. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. And he returns on that exchange. Able to get rid of that one. He missed with that headshot. 10 clicks of the tuck. Accuracy an issue there. Didn't land that straight right hand. We come to the end of this round. Teddy, a round in which maybe a lot of trainers don't like to see because it was a very busy round for both guys.
Well, it depends what kind of style, what kind of strengths your fighter has, or even what kind of weaknesses. If I had a guy who likes to box, who likes to counterpunch, I want a guy coming at him. Not with a lot of TNT in his gloves, but coming forward where my guy is well suited. He can pick him off a little bit.
You're doing great. Keep the pressure on him. Keep it on and no need to get excited. You're doing fine.
Here we go with the 4th round. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand.
Stay in one spot. Circle. Beat him to the punch.
Parries that punch away. Firing off the uppercuts. Great exchange. Blocks it away. strong uppercut. He comes right back with it after taking one. Malignaggi with a block punch. Wow, is he defensively sound. Fine fundamentals, good counterpunch. Undoubtedly, the most effective element of his entire arsenal tonight is his jab. He's so committed to fighting on the outside, and he's jabbing away beautiful.
Well, Cus D'Amato used to tell me, Teddy, when you're in doubt, jab. Well, this fighter, when he's been in doubt, he's jabbed. When he's been sure of himself, he's jabbed. As you said, he's made a jab fest of this all night long.
You're taking too many punches. Hands up. He's tired.
Both men digging in with uppercuts. A headshot blocked. Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. And that's what fighters do. Pulls the trigger right away after taking one. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. And now he's acting like a fighter. Coming back with the right hand after getting scored upon. Comes right back with some offense of his own. And this round comes to an end. A round that was highly entertaining. They put forth a non-stop effort.
Well, that's the styles that they figured to bring to this fight. Both guys with good motors.
You need to capitalize on these mistakes, okay? I want to see that counter hook. Make it pay for the mistakes. Okay, listen. Body and head.
Round number 5 has arrived. Able to show you his blocking ability. Not able to land the headshot. Great pace to this fight, Teddy. These guys are not coming out of 5th gear. Nobody's slowing down.
No, they're fighting a 6th, 7th, and 8th gear.
Malignaggi with a counter punch.
Use your feet.
That shot unable to land. Paulie Malignaggi's really disappointing us with his lack of work to the body.
Yeah, it is.
Good looking counter punch. That worked out really well, throwing off the right hand after getting tagged like that. Halfway through what is one of the best rounds you'll ever see. Just great action.
No, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you love roller coasters, you go to an amusement park. If you want to see left hooks, right hands, every direction, great chins, great endurance, great heart, you come to this fight. You stay right here.
Comes right back at him with a left hand. A little something for his opponent after getting tagged. Teddy, what would you recommend based on what we're seeing here tonight?
Well, 2 aspirin and then go. Oh, no, actually, I would say a little counterpunching would be just what the doctor ordered.
That's a better prescription for him. comes right back at him with a left hand. Gets rid of that body shot. Very nice work from both men. They each got a shot in. Takes one, but gives one. Good work by Paulie Malignaggi. Gets rid of that effort. Final 10 seconds of this 5th round. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. What a good war this has been. What a good, solid fight it's been. The kind of fight that tells me somebody wants to get rid of the other guy.
It almost looks like they made a deal where neither one could win by decision, where if they didn't win by knockout, it doesn't count.
Listen, I need to see more punches, okay? Whenever he misses, come on. Nice. Keep it up. You guys never come to me like this.
The start of the 6th round. Way to block there. Blocks that belt line well. Blocks it away. Good looking counter punch. Paulie Malignaggi's opponent is having a field day here. I mean, he's so accurate upstairs, but there's one reason he's so accurate. He's not moving his head.
No, he's not at all. And if he's not going to move his head, at least do something else. Catch and pitch. What I mean by that, Joe, is block and then pitch right back. Keep your opponent honest. He's not doing that either.
He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Paulie Malignaggi. Good defense. She's covering up down low. Nice block. Good looking counter punch by Paulie. One for you now, he says, right back with the left hand. Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Wow, just sit back and enjoy this one. You can tell both guys are so determined to give everything they have here tonight.
Joe, it's like the first time you heard Ray Charles sing God Bless America. You knew it was special. You knew you hadn't heard it before. I haven't seen anything like this before.
10 seconds remaining in this round. End of the round here, and as I glance around ringside and look at the judges, I'm wondering what they're writing down, because that was a tough round to score.
Yeah, it was, and you know, it's the kind of round where one guy would be really smart to take a page out of the book of Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, where Leonard stole rounds at the end, where he just clipped off 30 seconds, and that's exactly what the judges remembered.
Don't fight his fight. Gamble. Almost done. You had in that round. You're in control. Next round, let
6 rounds in the books, 6 to go. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Very nice defensive guard there. And now we got a fight. He fires back a right hand of his own. Able to dismiss that body shot. Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head.
let's see some more head movement. Let's see some more head movement. Get out of the way.
What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Paulie Malignaggi. Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Return to sender. He gives him back one of his own. Blocks the headshot. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Paulie Malignaggi. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
Listen, you need to move your head from side to side, okay? I want to see that head move more. Just focus on the fight. You'll take care of yourself. Get on that. Get on that.
Another round underway, but how many more will we see? You get the sense this fight could be heading towards a stoppage. Way to block there. Throws a counter punch there. Well, we told you it could be this kind of fight, and as advertised thus far. Protecting his head well with his guard. Oh, he took some damage, but he gave some back with the right hand. Malignaggi with a block. Nice block. Gets rid of that body shot. Oh, everybody will tell you, you can't get away with that. What a big, wide, sweeping whiff that was.
Well, you can get away with it if the guy doesn't want to throw back, but if this guy wants to start throwing back, then you're not getting away with it.
Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. Protecting his head well. Oh! Paulie Malignaggi's been stunned. So the end of the round. And now a chance to put the pieces back together. He got stunned in that last round.
Yeah, well, he has to get those birds out of his head right now. You know, open that cage up and let him fly out there. And the best way to do that is find out why he got stunned. What did he get hit with?
Almost done. You had him that round. You're in control. Next round, let's be busy. Let's get on that swelling. Get on the swelling.
So here we are, a new round underway. And in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught? He has to be able to decipher that in his head. He has to be able to have the answer to that so it doesn't happen again.
His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him.
Don't stay in one spot. Circle.
Nice strike after catching one by Paulie Malignaggi. Blocks away that headshot. Comes right back with a shot of his own. Able to show you his blocking ability. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Paulie Malignaggi. Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing. Lands the counter. He gives as well as he takes. You saw it on that exchange. Blocks that punch. He got hit, but he sends it right back. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. Round comes to an end. And that's one of those rounds, Teddy, that just takes on a certain style, a certain characteristic, and that was a busy one.
Yeah, it was a busy one. Look, Joe, you don't have to look for these guys. They're right there in front of you.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think sometimes you just get those rounds where it all happens?
Because of styles. You know, styles make fights. In this case, you're seeing proof of that right there. Both guys that are aggressive, both guys that are very confident.
Listen, I want you to pick his jab. That's right. Pick his jab. When he throws the jab, listen, he's done. He's done. I want you to double up on that jab and finish off with a hook, okay?
As another round gets underway, it gets us thinking, how much more of this will we see? Hard to envision this fight going the distance with how lopsided it's been. Good block by Paulie.
Use your feet.
Way to block there.
In and out, in and out.
He gives as well as he takes. You saw it on that exchange. See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head.
Get out of the way from those punches.
Able to get rid of that one. Able to cover up that gut. Good defense, just covering up down low. That just missed. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. 60 seconds to go in what has been a toe-to-toe war. Oh, what a great round. Very nice defensive guard there. Here's one for you now, he says, right back with the left hand. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. This has been a hotly contested war throughout, and you just have a sense that it's going to end at any moment in these later rounds.
Yeah, these guys are not saving anything. They're going for broke right from the beginning.
Throw punches, okay? Don't walk into him without throwing a punch. Let's get on that swelling. We can compress on that.
Back to action now. We're underway in what has been a completely one-sided fight. You get the sense this one may not go the distance. A headshot blocked. Very nice job landing that counter punch, getting away from one that was coming at him.
Move your head.
Comes right back at him with a left hand. Good block by Paulie. Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
That is a big right hand after eating one himself. Digs in with a good solid uppercut after taking a shot. Good job staying away from the danger there. What a great round. 2 minutes in, 60 seconds to go. Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. And that's what fighters do. Pulls the trigger right away after taking one. Good defensive skill. And this round comes to an end. A round that was highly entertaining. They put forth a non-stop effort.
Well, that's the styles that they figured to bring to this fight. Both guys with good motors.
Listen, he's going to get this. He's going to come forward now because he has to. Keep moving, okay? Keep them chasing. That's right. It's time.
They meet up for the 12th and final time. The last round has arrived.
Keep your head moving.
Paulie Malignaggi with the block punch. He took a shot, but he came back with a right hand of his own.
Let's see some more head. Get out of the way.
Fires right back at him. Able to cover up that gut. This is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
Joe, you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. It's been 2 minutes of non-stop action. Now the final minute has arrived. Very nice defensive guard there. How about a return to sender with the left hand? Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's effort. He gets hit, but he gives it right back. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. That was good stuff throughout. Which way did the judges lean? Let's send it up to the ring to find out. And that's the way it goes. A draw, but it was good while it lasted. For my partner, Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore saying enjoy the rest of your night.